That was a Z range just to show y'all that this is not a game, it's not a gimmick, it's not fake, none of that. Like, this is by far the only guide you will ever need to watch on how to beat giants. Peep, right? So I'm streaking this lobby, I'm just turning up, doing my thing, I'm so goated, whatever the case may be. And they just couldn't handle it. It was this clan that wanted the challenges, but they ended up getting beat on, whatever. Dude, I'm listening to music, I'm not even taking it seriously, and then dude out of nowhere picked a giant. And I don't know why he thought Harundagarn was gonna save him, but it didn't. So let me break down exactly how you're supposed to fight giants, the easiest way to beat them, and tips and tricks to help you get around the little stuff that they do to help keep y'all messed up. Because y'all be complaining about giants when whole time they're just so easy to beat. You're just not good at the game. But after this, you're going to be all right, so don't even worry about it. First things first, I want y'all to sit and really analyze what he was doing and notice the same things that giants do. All giants do the same thing, roughly. Like roughly speaking, they mainly do the same thing. So once you know how to catch timing and get and like catch on to what they do and how they do it, it's so easy. It's so easy, it don't make no sense. I would also recommend you going into training and just trying to play a giant just to see what their moves are and like how their camera angles work and stuff like that. Because in this tutorial, I'm gonna teach you how to break their camera angles. That way they can't really do anything. Like after you do your training and all that good stuff, you just go into training, see how they do high attacks and low attacks. Giants only have really one combo string that they do. Like people that play giants really only have one combo string. There's normal attacks and then there's low attacks. Because they're so big, they have to like hit you low. And I guess because of the way the blocks work with the high and mid and low block, I guess that's what that's for. But they can't attack you if you're too far below them. So a piece of advice I could give someone is you can actually just descend and like give yourself just enough time to attack them. So you could actually descend or ascend and go around them, or you could just normally go around them. It really don't matter, because as long as you keep pressure on a giant, they cannot do anything, bro. Like look at this right here. He can't fight back. He doesn't know where he can't see me. I keep vanishing behind him with the RB or with my guard button mid combo. Like I just keep doing stuff. Like he can't catch on to my rhythm just because I'm hitting him so many times. It's like by the time he realizes what's going on, he's already too low or he's too late. It's like, yeah, they do a lot of damage, but that isn't the end all be all. At the end of the day, it's always going to be a skill gap difference that sets you apart from whoever else you're fighting. All the cheese in the game currently right now is beatable. If you're good enough, it's beatable. It's that simple. It's truthfully not that difficult. And I can honestly say fighting the bot offline is far more difficult than fighting most Z rank players right now. So don't be worried about anything, because right now rank literally means nothing. He could be a B rank and get to Z rank just because he's doing this, and it's gonna work on a lot of bad people. But as you can see right here, I'm just keeping pressure on him. I'm doing all my combos, I'm maximizing damage. He's gonna try to, like, they spam super counter because they can't do anything else and they can't see me. They don't know when I'm gonna hit, so they usually don't get super counters on top of that. You see what I'm saying? So be ready to vanish coming across a giant. Be ready to vanish. And whenever they do this little sparking dash infinite that they could do, you can either vanish it or you can super counter it. I would recommend super countering it because it'll actually send them flying regardless of the character. Even if it's a 2 DP character, it'll send anybody. A super counter will send anybody flying in any direction. So try to practice that timing. And because they like the timing for it is like very rhythm based, it's virtually one of the most easiest things to super counter in this game, realistically speaking. Next thing you want to be aware of is vanishing. Yeah, and as soon as you touch them, you just want to vanish just to throw off their camera angles, because they don't know if you're too high or too low. And the lower you are, the better, because that's when they have to switch their attack from normal attacks to low attacks. But if they can't see you and you keep switching it up on them, it's going to be virtually impossible for them to really catch on to that. And by the time they do, you're just going to be killing them. And if you vanish their super counter, because they're going to spam super counter every time, by the time you vanish it, they're not even going to realize that you vanish it because you're so small. Next thing I would recommend doing is using the lift strike. Constantly do the lift strike against these giants. You can send them flying, put them in suspense animations. It's just great. Like it's a great offensive mechanic that a lot of people don't utilize. I would not recommend doing the little leg sweep, just because it's literally just a stun that doesn't really do much. On top of that, another piece of advice: try to if you're in DP, try to use characters that can transform. And what I mean by that is starting off with like lower DP characters that can transform. That way you can fight against giants, because you can't fight a giant with a 4 DP character and think you're gonna win like that. Not when they have super armor and not when they do so much damage. Realistically speaking, it's not gonna happen. And it's crazy how people complain about giants when the perfect time to spam is fighting a giant. I really have a lot of videos of me fighting giants. It would just take me forever for me to find all the clips and get to it. This is just the most recent one, and this is the strongest giant in the game, I do believe. So I'm just showing y'all how I went about it. I could have done this. I could have easily done this on Teen Gohan, Trunks, Goku, base, starting off on base Goku. All I need is any character that can transform to 6 DP, and I'm easily hanging out with any giant on the game. Is light work for me, just because it's this easy to beat them, because they don't use any skill. Like they don't utilize any skill that they could potentially even have as a player to like try to get to you or anything. Like this is easy stuff to get her. I could easily finish this. The only time this would be a problem is when it's laggy. And if it's laggy and you find a giant with no character that could transform, I don't know, bro. You might just need to quit. Like if you're really not that good at the game, if it's that deep to you, you might as well just quit. I'm gonna be honest with you, but like if they being lame and like spamming you, you might as well just quit, bro, because it's really not fair to you or your time or your points that they just get that for free. Like, it should not be allowed. Next tip I would give, I don't know, it's like 5 tips, I guess. I don't know. But next tip I would give is whenever you send them flying, always dash in with the A. Like, always send them flying with the A. And the reason I say this is because you don't want to do the vanish where, like, you just click Y and you just teleport behind them. Because eventually they're going to get used to that, and then it's just going to be a whole vanish war again. But if you do the dragon homing, the timing for it is different. But not only that, they'll never be able to guess it. I guarantee you, if you fight any, like the player would have to be so good to guess the timing for that. It's insane. Like it's genuinely ridiculous. And all they can do is really super counter or vanish it. But if you're that close to your opponent, you can, I think that's more of like an advantage, being that close to them anyways in my book, because I like being close to giants, because then they don't know how I'm coming. They don't know how to, like, giants can't fight. Either they're blocking or just spamming super counter. So it's like, it's really just a good thing. Like I would always follow up with those attacks. And the reason I say that is because the timing for it is just so strict. Like they don't, by the time they have the chance to react, they're not really going to understand what hit them. So that's another pro tip. Always dragging home behind them. I would go in with the A and then press Y to send them flying in any direction and just keep looping it back to back. I would keep doing that because you can't lightning attack them. So you got to get as much damage in as possible. So make sure you always do the dragon homing. That way you don't have to deal with the BS that comes with giants. Because again, it's only difficult if you don't understand it. That's the only way it'll be difficult. Like it's only hard if you don't get it. Another tip I would give is shooting Ki Blast. Make sure you're using your Ki Stalks as much as possible. Like see the way I started it off right here, shot some Ki Blast just to like throw them off, or like probably have them on guard already. That way I could come in and flank and get my combo going. You see, I'm getting my damage in. I'm keeping pressure on him. I'm not giving him the chance to play with me. Even though he vanished, that's fine because he is max Ki, but he's trying to come around and do big damage and spam me. But I'm not going for that. I was really trying to get my damage in, being a little greedy, but that's okay. This stuff didn't bother me because he was just gonna waste his Ki and I was gonna vanish it every time. Like once you get used to the timing in this game, it's just free. I should have charged this up a little more just to get my damage off, but it's fine. I'm back on it. I'm not giving him a chance. Even though he vanished, I'm gonna vanish that just because the timing for those slow hits are easy to get, easy to catch, easy. See how I'm vanishing right there? As soon as I see that I'm too far away from him, I'll vanish, try to get closer to him because he don't know where I'm at. He can't see me. Charge back up and I'm back on him, keeping that constant pressure on him. As soon as I see the super counter come out, I vanish it. And he's going to try to get this damage in, but it's not going to work on me. He's going to keep spamming and it don't matter because I'm going to stay on him. So now he has no Ki. He has no Ki and I'm just complete pressure, back-to-back pressure. He going to keep spamming his move. It's not going to save him. And I'm pretty sure we had items on right here. So it would have been even easier to beat him without items. And by personally speaking, I really think it would have been even easier. But see the lift strike coming in, and then they're stuck in that hard knockaway animation, so I could get a free super off, and then I'm back on him. Pause, like just straight hands. As soon as I see the super counter, I'm back to it, and he's gonna block, but you can't block the super what's it called, the vanishing assault dragon home. You can only perception it, so it's highly effective against giants because giants can't perception. which is like the only nerf that they have, but it don't matter. See, right here I'm vanishing to throw him off, but I really wouldn't do it too much just because it's not worth it. And then right here I could have just killed them with some Ki Blast, but I was really trying to be flashy. But you get the gist, bro. You've seen the video enough times. Pressure, 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 mix it up. Sometimes you gotta flank take them. Like, do literally fight them like you have no brain. Like, just go crazy, and you cannot lose. As long as you have a character with 6 DP or higher, you cannot lose against a giant. I promise you, it is the safest thing to fight. It's a free W in my book. And yeah, man. Next time I fight a giant, I'll probably drop another video just to show you how I fight that one. Because I fight giants in ranked all the time, and I'm completely unfazed by them because my DP team consists of at least one fighter that can transform into a 6 DP character. That way I could fight a giant under any circumstance. Singles is cool. In singles, it might be a different story. Like, in singles, you should not be running a character less than 6 DP. That's just me, though. Unless you in, like, the really, really, really low ranks. But that's just me. I wouldn't do it. I don't think that's smart. With the way these B5 and up players be moving, I wouldn't do it. That's just me, though. But yeah, man, these are like, what, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know, a couple tips fighting giants. Stop getting beat up by trash, bro. This game is so easy, it don't make sense. Like, stop losing, bro. Please. I'm begging you, stop losing. I got so much sauce for y'all, it don't make no sense. I got so much tech on my channel. If you go through my videos, my shorts, I got tech from other people's channels that I don't even have mastered yet. Like, you should not be bad at this game. It's easier than Tekken and Mortal Kombat. Like, there's just no reason for you to be losing to the garbage, bro. With that being said, study film, watch the video over and over and over again to get like a good idea of how to fight giants, and then make sure sometimes you gotta spam RB, bro. Keep mixing them up, keep ascending the neutral, burst dash around them. Like, if you behind a giant, that's free. It's free. It's so free, bro. You like, there's nothing they could do. Do the flying kicks, bust the guard open if you're in front of them. Simple stuff. Like, just use a character with flying kicks and you can't lose, literally. And if you have super explosive wave on the character, even better. Oh my goodness, you know how quick I'll blow me somebody up. And that was with items on, so he was spamming me. He really could have spammed me with the other thing too, the little dash in, but I would have super countered that. Or you could vanish it and then just get back on them, ascending the neutral, whatever the case may be. Like, if you throwing out Ki Blast and doing all this stuff, it's like their natural reaction is gonna be to block, on top of wanting to block just because they don't want to take that damage. So you're gonna catch them eventually. Like a giant can't run from you. You see what I'm saying? And there's only so much a giant can truly do. I'm not saying they don't do a lot of damage and the super armor isn't real, but you can easily get around that. Same way how you could get around a Broly easily just because his combo suck. And if you really know how to bait somebody out, it is so free fighting a Broly, it really don't even add up. With that being said, man, make sure y'all study some film. Go out there and put some belt to buns. And I'm out, y'all. Deuce.